Oh man, the weather is getting cooler, so to me, that's like riding season. It gets pretty warm where I live, and the humidity can be a killer. So it seems like a good time to talk about some wheels. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the Cloudwheel Discovery FE 120mm and 105mm Urban Terrain e-skate wheels. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and you know how it is whenever you get new shoes, whether it's your feet or your skateboard or even your car, things just feel better, don't they? So today let's talk about some new shoes from Cloudwheel. Now, I've been a fan of Cloudwheel since my first real board that I bought. Now, the first one that I got was a Posway, had the urethane wheels on that, and just everything. I'm a little older, right? So all the bumps, everything I felt, and well, a couple of times I crashed on that board because I hit a rock and stopped. Now, I was looking for something a little bit better. I found the Discovery, what do they call those wheels now? Yeah, those were just called Discovery. Now, these are the Discovery FE. Some changes to these. If you like those originals, you're most likely going to like these. They don't have the tread on them anymore, and now they're flat because they used to have like a little bit of a curvature to them. Well, let's do this. I'm going to take a look at the website. We're going to go through some of the specs on these wheels and show you some riding situations, and I'll talk about them. So whether you get the 120mm or the 105mm, they are both $149 for a set. Unless you're looking for the hub version of it, because they're basically donuts. Those are actually $10 more for that. But I gotta tell you, if you've got a hub board, you know those sleeves are really thin. At least with these, you're gonna get a little bit of absorption on them. They both come in 3 different colors. You got Nero, which is black. You got Mantis, which is this really bright green, and they look beautiful. And then you've got infrared, and those are really bright red. Now, if you're gonna get any Cloudwheels, I do recommend that you check their website out because they will give you the brand and the wheel pulley size and everything else so you can match your stuff up. Because they do really, they have to have special pulleys to them because the inside of them is really deep. And I've tried just slapping them on a board that already had some compatible, quote unquote, pulleys. And well, yeah, it wasn't a match because the wheels are they're pushed in too far and they're gonna rub on something. So if you don't already have Cloudwheels, you're gonna probably wanna get the pulleys as well. If you don't see it listed on their website, contact them and they'll tell you which ones you'll need. Of course, they have the damping core, flat rolling surface, integrated rounded corners, widened wheel core design. So the core of these is wider than they were previously. Longer range and no punctures. Now I'm just gonna tell you in my testing, I don't think they gave me any longer range than what I already had on either of the boards that I tested these on. One was the MaxFine Max 6 and the other was the Backfire Zealot V. So I didn't get any range added. But the only difference that I noticed was on that Max 6 because these were 120mm and they were previously only 105mm. I noticed a little less range because I was changing wheel size on that board. And of course, no punctures, which is always good. They have a patented DFC damping technology. You can see that core right there. So you've got not just the urethane wheel, but you've got that kind of rubberized inside of there that helps to lessen the bumps. It's definitely going to give you more comfort. That is for sure. Now I've noticed that a lot of people that ride electric skateboards might be a little bit older because they're not inexpensive. So if you're in that category, well, these wheels definitely help out because if you just got straight urethane on your board, it's like ka-tank, 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 every bump you hit. And it stresses out your legs and your heels, your ankles, and all that kind of stuff. These definitely help. They ease it all. It makes it much more comfortable. More comfortable? Well, that's comfortable. So they've widened the flat rolling surface on these, not only providing a larger contact area, but also significantly enhances grip. This ensures that the wheels perform excellently on asphalt and smooth surfaces, offering better handling and stability, whether during high-speed rides or sharp turns. The widened flat rolling surface ensures the wheels stay firmly on the ground, reducing the risk of slipping and thus enhancing the overall safety and comfort of the riding experience. I will attest to that. I was kind of concerned because they don't have the tread, that light tread that the original Discoveries had on them. But you know what? After about a mile or two, when they're brand new, they're a little bit slippery, but after about a mile or two, they just get really sticky and grippy. And I tell you what, I felt very comfortable on there and safe. And you can see from this image here, it's kind of like a stone ground surface that's on it. So that increased contact area really does help with the grip on this thing on asphalt and paved surfaces. But that's not all. If you're in an urban terrain type situation, you're gonna have manhole covers. You see this thing goes right over the manholes, no problem at all. You might run into or be forced to run into a area with gravel and dirt like you see right here, no problem with that. And by forced, sometimes a car or something like that will push you over and you're like, I'm gonna go through it. hopefully these wheels will do it. And they do. Here's an example right here on the side of the road. You might get pushed off the road and into the gravel and like, well, no problem. At least it's not throwing you off the board. So when they say urban all-terrain, I'm not going to be off-roading or anything like that, but if you have situations where you have to go through a little bit of that stuff, you should be fine. And of course you're going to run into rough asphalt because not everything is smooth, right? Well, these things, they roll. Listen to how they sound on the rough asphalt. Now, I'm not going to say that's necessarily a smooth ride, but it's a smoother ride. It's not like pneumatics, but then again, no flats. And sure, they might be longer range than, say, an inflatable wheel, a pneumatic, or rubber wheels. That's probably because of the friction that's caused with rubber, but okay, I'll take that. I mentioned that stone ground treatment. Well, it says here, pre-ground tread treatment. New wheels usually require a break-in period to reach their optimal performance. Pre-ground tread shortens this break-in period, allowing the wheels to perform at their best immediately after installation. Well, they say shortens the break-in period and then it's good to go immediately after installation. Well, as you see in this clip right here, yeah, I know pretty much any wheel is going to slip like that, but these were freshly brand new when I filmed that. And there's a little slip inside there. What I'll tell you is that after about 1 to 2 miles, that's when they started to really stick and get grippier. Now with the original Discoveries, people did complain about the plastic core that's in the center of that. They would break and things like that. Well, they've really worked on that from what they tell me anyways. And now they have a widened wheel core design, enhances the overall load bearing capacity of the wheels, ensuring a more secure installation. Even during high speed rides, the wheels remain stable and it increases the wheel's lifespan. So I guess what they're saying is they've addressed people's concerns with that, but you know, I've got a pair of the original set of the original Discoveries that to this day I'm still using. So I mean, what, 2-3 years ago? I don't ride that board all the time, but when I do, that's what's on it. And when you hear integrated rounded corner design, you think, well, aren't they all kind of like that? Well, they do that because some wheels are actually quite square, and this helps with the wheel's tear resistance. Yeah, because when you start getting tears on the outside of it or chunks taken out of it, that's not good. So yeah, the wheels come in 105 and 120 millimeters. They're 62 millimeters wide. 72A is the hardness on them. They're pre-ground tread. It's really more like a pre-ground smooth surface. I guess what I'm saying overall is I like them. I pretty much have liked all of the Cloudwheels, so you know, I got no complaints here. Now you might immediately say, oh yeah, I want the bigger wheels, the 120s, but you do have to make sure that it's not going to cause any kind of wheel bite or anything like that. With the 105s on the Zealot V, I had no wheel bite, and with the 120s on the Max Fine Max 6, I was a little bit concerned because they're 120 millimeters, but I had no wheel bite. Now I will tell you that I had to remove the belt guards on the Max Fine because the wheels were going to rub on them. But you know what? I often take those things off anyways, especially because I live where there's a lot of pine straw and stuff like that. That stuff gets stuck in there and yeah, you got to pull it all out. Sometimes it's better just to leave those things off. Carving on these wheels was nice and fluid, and they felt nice and sticky on all the different surfaces that I was carving on, so I was real happy with that. And man, if nothing else, they look really cool on your board. Currently only the 3 colors, but hey, you know what? These are great colors, and I think they look pretty good on any board. So that is the Cloudwheel Discovery FE in both 105 millimeter and 120 millimeter. I like them, man. That's if I'm not riding on pneumatics, which I mostly do. I dig them. I'll go ahead and put a link down in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And I just want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and notification bell. Click both of those, get notifications when I upload new videos. You're also going to find a thanks button down there if you're so inclined, want to toss a couple bucks my way. It is not inexpensive to run these channels. Every penny counts, so I appreciate you. But just the fact that you're here watching this, I really do appreciate you. It's very humbling to me, and you are awesome. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.